Until now, we've been accessing the items of a list, the values of a list, accessing them in a rather simple way, just with single key values. Of course, when we were creating lists using the range function, there were some more sophisticated operations that we could do. We could tell it which number we wanted to start with, and we could tell it which value we wanted to end with. And really using a slice is quite similar to using a range in the sophisticated way that we interact with values. In these examples, we're going to use the sort example 1 and sort example 2 that we ran in this earlier section. So let's just go up here and make sure that we have these available. Sort example 1 and sort example 2. All right, now that we have those, let's just run this here so we can see it. Actually, both of them. In this slice, what we're doing is we're saying, look, go to sort example 2 here and go from index 1 to index 3. Index 1 is inclusive. If you recall, index 3 is exclusive. So those inclusive and exclusive rules, they actually work in slicing the same way they do with the range function. So let's run this and see what we get. Maybe you can predict it. So index 1 is dinosaur and index 3 is horse. We did not get index 3 returned, did we? Because 3 is exclusive. So we only got index 1 and 2 returned. So in this next example, using sort example 1, we can slice items starting from the last item in a list instead of starting from the first item. And here we're saying, sort examples to -3. And what do you think that's going to be, right? This is -1, and -2, and -3. So we should get a 16 back from this. Right, so we just reverse that. If we wanted to go just 3 here, that's going to give us 0, 1, 2, 3. That's going to give us 15, right? But -3 works the other way. Yeah, -1, -2, -3. Okay, for our last quick example of slicing, let's look at what's happening here. What do you think is going on in this example? Right, this is telling us where to start, and this is telling us where to stop. All right, so how do we interpret this? Well, this is inclusive, and this is exclusive. So we're saying here's -1, -2, -3, -4, now -5. We should start here, and we should stop at -3. Okay, -1, -2, -3. But remember, this is not inclusive, right? This last one is not inclusive. So we should get these two values. Let's run this and see what we get. Yeah, we get 11 and 15. Right, so finally, the last point we will cover regarding lists is the idea of some of these other built-in sequence functions. Now, a sequence, all we're referencing by the term sequence is just a tuple or a list or a dictionary or anything that creates a sequence of values. And so here's a sequence. And we've already looked at sorted. That's a sequence function. Enumerate is another sequence function. What is enumerate? This method keeps track of the index in the current item while iterating in a loop. Okay, well, we can iterate in a loop with this, but we're not going to do that here. We're going to keep this a little bit simple. What we are going to do is create a list of fruits, and we're going to create another list, and we're going to enumerate that fruit list, starting with item 0. Look at what this does, because it's going to be easier to explain it after we do it. So it's going through this list from apple to pear, and it's putting an enumeration. It's counting these. We can enumerate starting from any number. We can enumerate starting from 5, and it's going to go from 5 to 8. And this is very powerful in data science and data manipulation, because we can actually define what we want our indexes to be. Or again, we're not going to go farther with this. We just wanted to show you that enumerate is another one of these sequence functions. And another powerful sequence function is this zip function, where you can take two sequences, A and B. These are tuples. And item index 1 in A is John, index 1 in B is Jenny. What zip does is it relates indexes 1 together, it relates indexes 2 together, and it relates indexes 3 together. And again, to demonstrate this is the best way to explain it. And let me run this. And here we go. It's taken index 1 and put it in a relation in an individual tuple. And the same with 2 and 3.